Look, when I first saw this on my recommended from Netflix, I thought it would be another average show. Then all the reviews came out saying it was really good. So with no foreknowledge of what the story or what the show is about, I watched it. And I was so impressed by how good this was. Welcome back Visionaries to my latest video. This is my review for Blue Eye Samurai Season 1. Here's a quick plot synopsis. In this time period of Japan, the Edo period, Japan has banned foreigners from entering their country, and those of mixed blood, Japan and foreign blood, will be treated horribly because they don't belong anywhere. Then comes a blue-eyed samurai who has that mixed blood, seeking revenge for a white man who might be his father, and therefore vows to kill all the 4 white men who entered their country a long time ago and hunts for them. So let's start with the good first. The dialogue. One thing both Arcane and this show, okay, there are a couple of things that are similar between them. First, they're both Netflix shows. Second, they're animated. And third, they both have strong female character. And what's more, they also have great dialogue. The dialogue was beautifully written. It was just brilliant. Almost every dialogue in the show can be quotable, whether they are talking about swords or how they are the line between life and death, or even becoming great or being happy, fighting for honor. This is just really exquisite. Knowing Netflix's track record for not paying their writers properly, I really hope the writers of this show were paid properly. Then let's start with my second point, the protagonist. Mizu is our main protagonist in the show. Unlike all the dull female superheroes we are getting today in modern movies, she is different. She has her flaws to overcome. She goes through character development. She grows both internally and externally. Marvel and DC should consider taking notes from this. Also, the fact that Mizu is a female is supposed to be revealed in the final scene of the first episode, but come on, it's way too obvious she's a female from the very beginning. Then of course we have the likable characters. All the side characters in the show had personality and strong reasons for their actions, honor, love, to become great. All of their reasons for their action, even revenge, are all fueled by something. Even the villain, Abijah Fowler, was portrayed as scary and as a threat for our protagonist, something other writers and directors and studios should consider. And characters like Taigen, Ringo and Akemi are the kind of side characters that you would root for in their journey and their goals. Then of course, the action scenes. Rather than just being flashy and stylistic, the action here is smart and decisive and tactical. And I am happy this is the direction they went for. It is thoughtful and a breath of fresh air compared to the flashiness we get in today's media. I heard that the writers of Logan were behind this, and I can see the inspiration there as well. Then themes. The themes of this show are portrayed very clearly and in subtle and nuanced way, using the world building to build upon the themes, just like how it should be done. Rather than just preaching and saying out loud, they place these themes inside of the world itself that they live in, inside the world they inhabit in this time period, the Edo period. How was the Edo period like? How were gender inequality in this period like? And they took that and put the themes that way. It was very subtle and I really liked that. And it also had a nuanced way of looking at things. Just that, so instead of dissing on one gender or whatnot, it looked at the benefits of both genders and working together. And I really like that. And how they use the themes to tell the story using intercuts between flashback scenes and the current moment to give the character strength or to learn more about the characters. So whether it's about gender roles in the Edo period, whether it's about greed, betrayal, revenge, honor, love, friendship, and so much more, all were very well portrayed in the show. Then of course, conflict. How was the conflict in the show? Was there even a conflict? Yes, there was a conflict. On the surface, it might be like your simple revenge story, which I love. But underneath that, there's so much going on. The series in 8 episodes expanded from a simple revenge story into the inner politics and the tensions between old Japanese culture like swords and archers being taken over by guns from the West. The tension feels real. It reminds me a lot of Vinland Saga, which also started out as a revenge story, but as it progressed, it turned into something more. And there was a scene in the show where Mizu looks at a flower that Abijah Fowler cut, and it looked very clean and must have been done by the master swordsman. That was what she said. Yep, I'm actually very happy with where they took the influence from that scene. I assume they're taking it from there because that's the only thing I know, but I was so happy that they took influence from there. As for the final point that I liked, I'm going to talk about the animation. The animation was clean, it was beautiful, especially the background, looking at the snow, the fire, and how it elevates the scenes. It was just astounding. And there were a few moments where the animation got a bit iffy because there was too much CGI going on, but nonetheless, most of the animation was fantastic. Then let's go to my drawbacks. The drawbacks are not very severe. In fact, they are very minuscule. First, only in the first episode I noticed this. There were a few pacing issues because it felt like they had way too many things going on for the runtime of the episode itself, so they rushed a bit. Then my second point is the plot contrivances. I mean, again, this is nothing new at this point. Almost every movie or show I've reviewed this year had the same problem. I just can't help notice it, but in this show it was very minor, it was very minuscule. And my final point for my drawback is the nudity. There's way too much nudity in this show. Look, sometimes it is necessary for the story to build upon the world, to build upon the themes behind the world. I understand that, but in this show I felt like there were certain times it was not needed and they were using it too excessively. Overall, this is my top 5 shows of this year probably. It's a great series with a good story and great characters, and with only a few mishaps here and there. I'm going to give this a 8.5 out of 10. I hear this show is getting a second season. It's already confirmed by Netflix and I can't wait for it. If you like this video, click the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe to my channel, and see you guys next time. You guys are always the best.